Taoiseach Micheál Martin has confirmed he's backing Jim Gavin to become Fianna Fáil's candidate in the upcoming presidential election. The former Dublin GAA manager and member of the Defence Forces will go up against Cork MEP Billy Kelleher, who is also looking for the party nomination.
It was from this place that the man who effectively laid the foundations for Ireland's modern democracy frequently sent messages across the world that often had profound political resonance. Today, at Daniel O'Connell's home in Derrynane, the Taoiseach came with a message of his own about who he would like to see represent Fianna Fáil in the upcoming presidential election.
I'm very strongly supportive of Jim Gavin. I've had a lot of engagement with him, and I believe in this era he is the person I think best placed to represent the Irish people as president.
Right on cue, the former Dublin GAA manager began phoning and emailing Fianna Fáil politicians. He wrote that the country needs a president who can bring people together in these turbulent times. But others who gathered at the Kennedy Summer School in New Ross were equally ambitious. Billy Kelleher even dismissing claims that he had blindsided his party leader.
And all along I was just calling for a process whereby people could express an interest. But at the end of the day, I was equally unaware of Jim Gavin being preferred by Micheál Martin, as Micheál Martin was unaware that I was interested as well.
Independent candidates too believe that their chances of getting on the election ticket remain alive and well.
The conversations I have is not limited to just independent councillors. I think there is a pathway and a willingness to allow independents to compete this time around, and we'll continue to have those conversations. Nothing's done and dusted yet. For me, it's nomination, and putting miles on the car, but I definitely think there is a pathway there.
There is plenty left to run in this contest, with the election set to take place late in October, but the pace has now suddenly quickened.
Well, our political correspondent, Micheál Lehane, joins us now in studio. Micheál, we now know today we've got a contest in Fianna Fáil for their presidential candidate.
Yeah, clearly. I suppose Jim Gavin will look at this in championship terms, as he would often in the past, and it's very early in that championship for us. There's a big task ahead of him, and that is looking at the Fianna Fáil Parliamentary Party, who get to make this decision perhaps in around 2 weeks. And there are two contenders here. Billy Kelleher will make his pitch. At the same time, Jim Gavin does have that momentum. He clearly has the backing of the party leader, other senior ministers also backing him today, as well as some backbenchers. In his pitch to them, he has spoken about things like teamwork, as you would expect, but also integrity and trust. I suppose at the same time, Micheál Martin is clear that Jim Gavin embodies the values that he would like to see in a president, but there will be a political task of bringing Jim Gavin to a much wider audience, and the party will need to be united to do that. They still have to get through their internal discussion first, though.
What about the other parties and the other potential candidates in this upcoming election?
Well, I suppose things are going to happen next week. We know that Catherine Connolly is already in the field, but on Tuesday it's expected that Heather Humphreys would be unveiled as the Fine Gael candidate, and that campaign then begins in earnest. There are others who are looking on. You heard from Garrett Sheridan. There are others like Nick Delahanty and Maria Steen also hoping that they can still get nominations, most likely through the council route, if that is possible. It looks arduous, but I suppose there is a possibility of it still. Some say there is still a chance that you could get 20 Oireachtas members to back them and to get in the field. Sinn Féin aren't going to make a decision on this for quite a while yet. It could be up to 3 weeks. Some speculation that if they do enter, it will be a big, high-profile person, someone perhaps like Pearse Doherty.
OK, Micheál Lehane, thank you.